Well, it's Saturday the 15th of July and there's motorbikes here in 2023. Now, of course, we're at Euston Road here in Great Yarmouth, somewhere a little bit different to what other videographers tend to go and visit. Of course, this here, I'm going to explain a little bit about this. I thought I'd do this for the channel here, and there's quite a few of these dotted around bus stops, maybe in Cambridge, maybe in Suffolk, Norfolk, and all the counties and that have you. But of course, this is a QR code, which basically, of course, you'd have to download a QR code scanner first, because a lot of people don't talk about this. And of course, I thought I'd mention this: scan with your mobile. And of course, it's this thing here. If I go closer, you can actually see it. And what you do with the downloaded QR code, you then scan it onto one of these square things, and it should link you direct to the actual website instead of tapping it in on Google. So it saves your fast fingers, you know, that kind of thing, going la 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 la. But yeah, and of course, yeah, it's your travel information on this particular section here and to your mobile. So it basically links you, not what that sound is, which is coming from a car. It links you to a website of all the bus times. So all the information that is on this QR code square little thing looks like sort of, I don't know, some sort of shape of a square or something like that if you're really like artistic. But yeah, there's also a travel line here, which is 0871 200 2233. That's the travel line here, and we're at Great Yarmouth St Nicholas Road, opposite of Factory Road, okay, where the Barrack Estate bus number 2 will take you all the way around the Barrack Estate. Sorry about that sound in the background. Just to show you, of course, the 3 things on here. You've of course got texts that you can actually text to, and charges do apply, but you might have a free text anyway if you've got the free allowance on your mobile phones. Could be EE, Vodafone, and what have you, whatever network you're on. But yeah, this is a proof that we're at Great Yarmouth St Nicholas Road, opposite the Factory Road. Somebody's car alarm is going off really badly. But anyway, yeah, we're waiting for the bus, which should be about 22 minutes past 11. That should take you around the corner to the Market Gates area. So behind me, of course, is Sainsbury's. And if we go towards that way, it heads towards the main market area of Great Yarmouth. And this is Shell Garage. Now, we don't have any of those much in Suffolk. There might be a few, but of course, yeah, if you know of one, let me know in the comments. So this is the current price of petrol here. It's gone down a lot, so I don't know what the excuses are for taxi drivers, but of course it's £1.39.9 per litre, and that would be unleaded. And diesel, I don't drive a car, so I don't know much about this anyway, but I do know it's diesel and unleaded these days. It's not actually 4-star, so £1.40.9. It's a little bit more for diesel. But you've got V-Power as well, which is electric cars, which some people may not agree with, some people do. But over in that direction, so you can't see it, but of course the bushes cover it, it is the Great Yarmouth Minster over there. It's very difficult to see from here. So we're going to wait for our bus now, so we'll catch you a bit later. We're going to try and catch it on the bustimes.org, which is the best way to check and track the bus running. It will give you a sort of insight on when's the bus coming, or a rough guess of when's the bus coming, or when the bus is coming, and of course it will tell you what colour it is as well, and what type of registration the bus has, and of course whether it's got USB power sockets or not. So all that information is on bustimes.org. I got told that by a bus driver in Suffolk. But yeah, there's also the apps of the bus company, which in this case, where we're from in Suffolk, it'd be the Stagecoach app of East, Stagecoach East. But of course, better still, just go on the bustimes.org for the bus times. And there's a bus coming now. There it is. It's a double-decker. Well, that was a quick service, wasn't it? We're here at the Troglodyte. Actually, even better, actually, because we're going to go out for breakfast now. Tell us what happened this morning. Something about regarding your pot of tea.
Well, when I ordered it, pot of tea and blah blah blah, Coke Zero, what you call it, and your breakfast, make a breakfast, what you call it. I ordered a pot of tea, I got the cup and the milk, and she forgot to put the pot on the tray.
So basically, she forgot to put the pot of tea on the tray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realise until I ate the breakfast.
That's the highlight of your weekend.
That's why you have your receipts, so you've got to prove.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in the Christophers here. You're not going to complain anyway, but yeah, you had a lovely large breakfast there. We did take a picture of it, so yeah. My highlight was actually that I spilt one of my droplets of tea, or pot of tea, which is there, on that little napkin. I don't know how long it will take to dry actually. So what tool lady was it? We might be able to show you a little bit of a glimpse of it. Let's see if I can get this right, because it is quite early morning-ish.
And she also forgot a teaspoon of it.
What's that?
You also forgot a teaspoon.
Well, she also forgot a teaspoon. The young lady that served us this morning, bless her. But yeah, it's very difficult in this day and age to be perfect. But what I would say is that, of course, she did forget the pot of tea. It's not a huge problem, because actually Julian went up to the counter and sorted it out, which is quite nice to know. And it was a different server, wasn't it, Jenna? Different server, isn't it? It wasn't the same woman. No. The lady behind the counter, which you can just see vaguely there. So yeah, it's no fault of any staff here at the Christophers. I had the small breakfast. Julian had the larger breakfast, the bigger breakfast. He always had the bigger one, and I've noted that his breakfast always comes earlier than mine, despite it being a big breakfast. And I do like these luxury coffee creamers that you get with the tea, even though they're supposed to be for coffees. Julian got a couple of extra cans there, and of course I got a wet napkin there, accidentally spilt by tea. Anyway, that's our morning done and dusted. Here it's coming up to 12 o'clock PM in the afternoon on Sunday the 16th of July 2023. I'm getting better at remembering the dates, of the year, like of course the 15th of July yesterday, and 16th of July today on a Sunday. It's much more quieter in here than it was during the sort of few days ago, which is Friday and Saturday. But yeah, obviously busy times on Friday and Saturdays. You can see a few people here. The toilets are in this direction. Well, actually, yeah, around here. I don't know whether we can see the toilets from here, but yeah, it's in that direction. But yeah, only customers only can use the toilets. Okay, so they're somewhere in the background. Somewhere over there are the toilets. That's if you need them. Julian's gone to read the latest news of the day. Of course, he just told me just stopped oil, rammed in and got booed off the stage of the first night of the proms in London at the Royal Albert Hall, I believe,
Yeah.
which is a terrible thing to happen, obviously, but yeah, we don't wish anyone to interrupt any performance whatsoever in any circumstances whatsoever. Isn't that right, Julian? It is. He's left the door open, look. It's not that windy, so it's not as windy as it was the other day. So yeah, it's sort of cool temperatures so far. Well, we are still in the vicinity of Great Yarmouth in Norfolk's finest beachside at Marine Parade here. You can hear a little bit of the wind here, and of course, yes, I would say this now, the wind is not so bad as what they're trying to make out on the weather. That's what I would say. Maybe the weather experts kind of underestimate it. I don't know if that's the right choice of word. Maybe they guess it, I don't know. But yeah, you know, how many times do they get the science right? That's the question, isn't it, that we all need to raise. But yeah, I would say right now here is a beautiful spot here. There's always something new to spot in Great Yarmouth. I know we seem to stick to Great Yarmouth a lot, but there are some areas of Great Yarmouth that we have not yet discovered, and some videographers don't tend to touch. So yeah, I'm just outside the Christopher's. If I swing my camera around, this is the building that we were having breakfast earlier. Of course, Julian had his highlight regarding a teapot which the young lady forgot to give, and it was actually on the receipt. That's why you've got to ask for a receipt each time you get an order on any restaurant or business or shop, and etc, etc. But what I would say is that, of course, I spilt my tea on the napkin. I don't think the napkin did actually dry enough for me to wipe my face, but yeah, I'll probably do that when I get to the B&B, which I'm heading to in just a moment, to write out a few postcards to some people, and hopefully this time it will go to the appropriate address. So before I get to my destination, let's walk down here. This is the floor cam view of the webcam, which of course is the main webcam which you can probably see right now. And I've got loads of pictures of the webcam, and it moves around in every direction. From above it will show, of course, the Britannia Pier over there. And then, of course, it will show around this sort of area as well. So from a huger height, it will show this area a bit more from the webcam view, which again, it's over there. That's where the webcam will be pointing, just above that cinema sign. Of course, I'm completely opposite of the pier of Britannia Pier. That bus there I just about got on camera is the Coastal Clipper that runs from Seashore to Marine Parade of Great Yarmouth. And you've got the Noddy train. That's probably run on a small amount of diesel because it goes at a slow speed. and that's where it heads. Probably goes to Seashore down in that direction, but you obviously have to pay to go on it, and it's really preferably for families and children. But that, of course, Coastal Clipper bus that I was telling you about does actually go to Hemsby, going through Scrapbury and California, a place called California in Norfolk, which is probably not much heard about, or maybe it is. There's another noddy train here worth noting. See how small that train is. I do apologise about the wind here. It's blaring down my face. It's keeping me cool despite scoring temperatures across Europe. Now, we did have a couple of shandies in the Pier Tavern with a friend recently, with a friend or two, and of course the shandies were about £2.30. That included the lemonade. To me that's quite expensive, but of course we're talking about pier prices. It's even gone up in price for comedians such as Jim Davidson. You can see roughly what the prices are for that. £29 for Jim Davidson these days. It used to be £22. And you've got Sarah Millican, another famous one over there, who's going to be performing next year. And you've got the King of Pop, Roy Chubby Brown. That's how much he costs to actually get a ticket there. And some other events going on there. Jimmy Carr as well, £34. Yeah, the prices are going up in terms of comedians, even in Great Yarmouth. So are we getting a rich UK place these days? We are on some sort of terms. The wind is actually dying down slightly, so I can pretty much say, with the nice warm sunshine glaring at me, it's beautiful sunshine. Better to spend it on the coast right now here on Sunday rather than going abroad too much. But what I would say is that we're getting a cool sea breeze, which is quite nice. We'll actually probably end up going on the beach at some point. Whether it will be today or tomorrow, I don't know yet. If we get a chance, that is. We hope to, I would say. So yeah, this little green here is quite an important green to talk about here. It's where I did a live broadcast on Facebook, I believe it is. I haven't done one on YouTube yet, but I have done one on We Love East Anglia, putting the stand up over there and of course talking to the camera, of course. So we're going to head into this direction. It looks very lit up during the evening, but we are talking about daytime now. The Prom Hotel is just here. Harry's on the Prom, Shabby Chick B&B. So it's wheelchair accessible, as it says there. So that's where the Coastal Clipper picks you up on that stop here. Probably going to Seashore or Hemsby, but of course the Hemsby ones are only seasonal, so this will not do this route going to Hemsby in the winter time, say like October, November and December, that kind of times. But yeah, you can see the noddy train heading towards that direction anyway, in a slow pace. So it's the Prom Hotel. Hopefully there won't be any Just Stop Oil going in there to spoil people's lovely time. So this is the stop just outside Euston Road here, which of course is not really mentioned by many people. They seem to sort of miss it out a little bit. So we're walking past a road called Prince's Road. And this road here is Marine Parade. The coastal clipper is on its way. You've even got, of course, some holiday travel buses there. Worth noting, if you ever want to travel by coach, I believe National Express come down here as well to Great Yarmouth. So, oh, look at how posh these are. You've arrived now. That was quick. Just doing a quick video about this area, which is not very spotted by many. I think it's a lap dancing club there. I don't know if it still is open, but yeah, we're heading towards Euston Road here. That's Giuliani buzzing from the Nice and Relaxing show. He's missed the bus, by the way. We were thinking, as we always do each time we come here, to go to Hensby, but of course I don't know when that's going to be the case. We do hope to go to Hensby at some point, but whether it is this time, I don't know. But one day we will. See, all the bus times are here, and the seasonal times, as we spoke about earlier. So, because it's in season, and of course H means journeys run to Hensby Beach via Seashore, Caisson-on-Sea, Scrapby and Hensby, and they run to Holiday Park every 8 minutes, Caister Holiday Park 18 minutes, and Hensby Beach about 33 minutes. So it doesn't take long actually. So these are to look out for the main seasonal times. These are the bus times. And of course July to September the 2nd, of course 16th of July, which is today actually, running up to the 2nd of September only, and are showing late ones here, but I don't know if they go directly to Hensby. If it hasn't got an H on it, they don't go up to Hensby, only to Seashore. And obviously in September times, of course, that's when it starts fading out. These buses run on all days coloured in yellow. So as soon as September finishes, October, November and December, none of these coastal clippers do run, and it's out of season. But of course the main season is April when it all kicks off. Okay, not February and March and January, or January, February, March. Okay, something to note in the future. So, you know, this bus timetable will change next year, and instead of 2023 it'll be 2024. So these are the prices here, but for bus pass users, they can actually apparently use bus passes on buses, so they will accept them if you do have a disability card. But other than that, I don't know if they're doing the £2 rate, but of course these are the normal prices to go on one of those coastal clippers. It might be more, it might be the £2 cap, I'm not quite sure, so you'd have to ask the bus driver for more further details, or unless somebody knows from Great Yarmouth that can comment down below that knows and has been on the coastal clipper, please do let us know. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're doing the price cap of £2 a single each way, but yeah, let's move the camera down this way. There's another restaurant called the Stella's Restaurant. Oh, it looks quite a nice looking restaurant to go in. Probably only open in the evening times. I don't know if I can see a view from here. It looks quite nice. Apparently, of course, because this Rains Court Lodge, which is the B&B that is just round the corner there, is so close to the Britannia Pier. It's literally about 5 minutes walk. You can just vaguely see the Joyland, and just round the corner is the Britannia Pier from here. That's how far away It is. I'm actually quite surprised the car park is loaded. Well, it is the time of year, but of course I am surprised the car park is loaded with cars, but it's doing very, very well, and it's heaving. And you can't complain. Literally, you can't get a space. Whereas just maybe one car can get in there, maybe not. But it's full up. I find that astonishing. But later on in the evening, all these cars would have been gone. So apparently they're waiting for someone to actually buy the area so they can put houses next to the B&B, because this was once a hotel many years ago. But of course you can see where the hotel would have been in this sort of area, and it costs a huge amount of money to replace the kind of rough stonage that you're seeing there. This is why I'm walking a safer way rather than getting clobbered with a lot of stones on my foot. But I have walked this way if I wanted to do a shortcut version. But yeah, it looks like the car park is absolutely full up. There's only literally one space, which of course they only charge for the whole day, and you can park your car for the full day, and of course you haven't got to pay anything else. So the price will actually range from £5 to £7 depending on the time of year, that kind of thing. But at the moment it's stuck at £7. So there you go, that's the main B&B lodge that we're staying in, and it's Euston Road, which stretches down to a lovely little pub called the Lion, which we may have some lunch or dinner later on. And you've got the main Premier store just down there, which is quite useful to know about. And of course, yeah, you've got Sainsbury's, you've got the local garages, and of course you've got a bus stop at St Nicholas Road opposite Factory Road, whereas the number 2 Barrack Estate bus will run all the way around the actual town, and it will drop you off at the same stop over there, which I have showcased on a video recently, showcasing the QR code, that kind of thing. So that's where we were, at Factory Road. But yeah, I'm now gonna take a walk inside now. I'm not going to show you inside because I'll probably do that at a later stage, but I'm actually going to write a few postcards, and hopefully the stamps that I've got, even though they look a bit old stamps, hopefully they'll get to the right destination this time round. Apparently, you know, post is charging through the roof now. But anyway, I'm going to go inside and have a cup of tea and chill out for a bit before heading down towards the other end and going into the Lion pub for maybe a bite to eat. We'll see. Well, I'm now in McDonald's in Great Yarmouth, and I've got my 3 milks here, Lakeland Special. There you go. And of course my tea looks like this. I think my tea order number was delivered to the table on this occasion, but the print ticket didn't come out of the machine. I can't really show the machine because there's people in the way, but of course this is my black tea here. This always kind of like goes all over the place, doesn't it? So I've got my 3 milks. I have got a sugar, but of course there's no tea stirrer, so I put the sugar for another time here, and it's McCafe style there. The tea is about 99p. The coffee is $1.19 for white coffee, which has gone up because it used to be 99p for a white coffee. That's all changed. So I'm going to put one of these 3 milks in that and enjoy a cup of tea for a change. Now, this is a bit of the McDonald's here in Great Yarmouth. These are the kind of milks that you'd expect to see in a box, which you can actually buy on eBay and Amazon for a sort of big price or a small price, depending on what you think is a big price or a small price. But this is organic semi-skimmed here, and it's my Lakeland speciality. It's very, very, very cool. So yeah, these kind of milks are very, very nice. They are. You can get them in sort of cups as well, very small cups, mainly used for hotels and cafes, that kind of thing. But in most cases you have to pay extra for these, but of course in McDonald's you don't. You get them free with the tea or whatever drink that you're getting. So far they are free, but of course, yes, that could be changed in the future, who knows. So this video might be old since that. For some reason this tea was a little bit on the cold side, but yeah, it's sort of warmish, and of course it's not often I drink cold tea, but of course if there's no alternative, what can you do? Well, listen to that. Just listen for 1 second. I would say it's very, very quiet now. Yeah, you can see the wall is behind us here with graffiti. Well, it looks like graffiti, but it's how McDonald's has been designed here in Great Yarmouth. Of course, you heard a lot of people talking in the background when I was earlier talking about my cup of tea. I've finished the cup of tea now, but of course there were a load of people behind me. This is the actual McDonald's. So thank you very much for watching all of these videos for the past couple of days. We will have some more extensive videos coming up before we go on, I believe it's Tuesday. I think we're here till, but not a lot of people do know that, but of course some people do. Some people don't know how long we're here for, and some people actually just stay for the night just because it's their birthday, and of course they go back the next day. So it's a treat for someone to come over to Great Yarmouth for a birthday treat. Nice, isn't it? But yeah, we're here for, as I say, till Tuesday. That's our last morning before we head back home. But yeah, it's been extraordinary. It really, really has. So yeah, for this Sunday's version here, Sunday the 16th of July 2023, I was actually surprised about the car park being a Sunday. Well, it's the time of year where, of course, cars go on the car park next to Rainscourt Lodge at Euston Road. That's what I was surprised about, in particular on a Sunday. I forgot to mention Sunday. But thank you very much for watching so far. Keep supporting Touring with us. Thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Quack quack.